Hello everybody, I'm Translator. Welcome back to Danganronpa. Happy Havoc. This is the part 26 of the series that I've been doing. Because this is a long ass series. And you really can't hurry this along. Like, you literally have to take your time. I mean, sometimes I want to skip some of the stuff, but I also want to make it interesting for people, like, okay, whatever. Anyways, let's get into this. Where we last left off, we were investigating the murder. This mysterious person who we don't know got killed. It's either Kyoko, Mukuro, or somebody else. I don't know. That's what we're here to figure out, because this mystery seems like the most biggest of mysteries right now. Trying to figure out who got killed. I know who got killed. I'm just trying not to spoil it. But right now we're actually getting near the end. Not yet, but after this trial, it should be almost the end. Like, but once I get to that end, it's going to have like lots of parts. I'm probably going to have to stop a bunch of times. Like, I'm going to have to make one last long video to finish this game. Like, I'm going to make a video that's very long, probably, to finish this game up, because the last part's probably going to be the most longest part in this game. Like, okay, but let's get into this before I spend too much talking. Okay, well, I better start by checking out the Danganronpa. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown, so we don't know who the killer is for this one too. I mean, it seemed like it was obvious to start with others if you just put logic into this, but this, but in the case for logic, when it comes to the case for logic in this mystery, it doesn't seem like anyone would have anything against the victim. If it's Kyoko or Mukuro, I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. They were, however, dead before the blast. So, the person was dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed with a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with a blunt object as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with all other wounds, but these were at least several days old. So even my Akuma file doesn't tell us who the victim was. Identified by, could it really be Kyoko? Or, I have no choice, I have to investigate. I have to uncover the truth for myself no matter what. I have to find out what happened, or we're all dead. I need to go back to the scene of the crime, back to the garden. So that's where we're heading. Back to the scene of the crime. We need to figure out a lot of stuff. Okay, time to get started. I need to check anywhere that may be important, from one end to another. I just need to do what I always do. Okay, so we need to know what the knife had to do with the body. We also need to know what exploded the body, which looks like it's that. We also need to know which time took place, and alibis, and everyone's freaking, like, where they were. We need to know a lot of stuff to be able to get things going. So let's talk to everyone first. So, who does that body belong to? I'm not gonna look, I don't want to faint anymore. Okay, so Toko doesn't want to look. Let's ask Yasukina. Listen, Makoto, do you remember how the body looked, you know, before it blew up? If I remember right, It was wearing some kind of mask and a big white coat. Also, there was a knife sticking out of the stomach, and the area around it was stained with blood. Apparently, the wound had stopped bleeding, but the blood on the body was still wet. Byakuya said not to touch it to avoid getting all bloody. But for how much blood there was on the body, didn't see any on the ground around him.
Okay.
Oh, thanks. That was a big help. Now that you explain it, I totally remember how it looked. Well, having to talk about it like that helped me remember it a lot better too. So thank you too. Okay. Bye before the explosion. So that's gonna be important. Okay. Yasuhiro, I don't... It's 11 o'clock right now. Okay, and...
You're serious?
Well, I was just thinking about when we first found the body. When the body was found, huh? I should look back at what I did this morning to help me remember. Marcoon announcement woke me up at 7, as usual, and I headed down to the dining hall pretty soon. Once I got there, I met up with Tina. That was right around 7:30. Then I headed to the gym, where everyone else was waiting. Next to Toko, went to get the pickaxe, and that's when she found the body. What time was it then? 9 o'clock, if I remember. That's right, it had to be around 9 o'clock.
You know?
Now that you mentioned it, I think you're right. So I think you say for sure that the body was found at 9 a.m.? Okay, my job's done. That's a pretty small job. And the body was found. Okay. That was a good attempt. Byakuya. Good time, Miko. I wanted to talk to you. Okay. What do you want to talk about?
So, in other words...
I'd like to hear your alibi. Alibi? We don't have one.
In other words...
Correct. I'd love to hear where you were after nighttime began last night. I was sick, so I was asleep all night. Why are you asking me about that now? And what's nighttime got to do with it?
Naturally.
It's obvious the murder took place after nighttime. How can you know that for sure? Just after nighttime began, I came to the garden. I was going to look around for everyone, so I could tell him about Marakuma. He has been spending most of his time in the garden last few days, so I figured he'd be here. And I could confirm that when I arrived last night, there was no body.
In other words...
So the murder could only have taken place at some point during nighttime, after I left the garden. However, Toko, Hiro, Hina, and I were in the gym together the entire night last night. What? Once I found Hiro in the garden, we immediately went to Toko and Hina's rooms to get them. At that point, we all went to the gym and began just... As a precaution, we made sure not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. What about Hina? She went off alone in the kitchen while you were dismantling Marakuma. I mean, sure, she went to go get food, but that was on her own. In other words, we all four have airtight alibis. Not Hina. Not that I saw. Like, Hina didn't look like she had an alibi. But okay. No ones who don't have alibis. I mean, in Kyoko.
That's right.
If the victim really is Kyoko, and I'm the only one without it. Also, when we went to get Hina and Toko, we stopped by your room.
What?
But you never came. So where precisely were you? I'm telling the truth. I was in my room, but instead of sleep, I had fever, so... That's hardly an alibi. I know. So what now? You seem to be quite at a disadvantage here. I'm the only one without an alibi? That's really bad, isn't it? Yep. That's really bad. Okay. I don't know if I should check the body yet. I want to check around the body first. This is the panel that controls the sprinklers. They're set to turn on 7:30 every morning, and Marakuma said the time positively couldn't change. Hold on. The sprinklers turn on 7:30 each morning, right? Then if the body was here before then, the sprinklers should have gotten it wet, which means murder must have taken place. Okay, so the sprinklers help. Remember seeing chickens in the chicken coop. I count 4 chickens. Oh, 4.
Yo!
What's going on, Makoto? Oh, I'm glad you're here. Oh, I just realized something. I forgot to do voices. Shit. Didn't I? Ah. Listen, do you remember how many chickens there were? Of course, there was precisely 5. Yeah, right?
Huh?
Oh, what's up? There's only 4 chickens now. We're 1 short. Huh? That's so weird. I wonder what happened when I disappeared.
But
I was down here just before nighttime last night, and there were definitely 5 chickens then.
what?
What are we going to do? Going 5 from 4 is going to have an impact in the structure of the world.
Conspiracy!
It's like a jigsaw puzzle. Even if a single piece disappears, the entire world will remain unfair. I did my best to ignore fear and focus on the problem at hand. Why did one of the chickens? Could it be related to the case? Wow. Just to be sure, I should take around checking the tool shed. This room is dusty and disorganized. In other words, a pretty stereotypical. Is this a tarp? Wait, why? Is there a tarp in here before? I should probably look into that, but let me make sure. Doesn't look like there's anything that could be related to case except that tarp. Okay. Top is wet and covered with mud and grime, but the underside is totally clean and completely dry. One side of the tarp is wet and dry. Something about that bothers me. Okay. That's the one thing in here that concerns me. Okay. So the knife. Then we'll the knife line. Is it? It must be the knife that was stuck in the body before it exploded. The source of explosion. Okay. Makima style said the knife went all the way through the body from front to back. Does that mean the knife is what caused the fatal injury? Either way, this knife looks really familiar. Wait, is this? Yep, knife. The same knife you were given, and the one you were attacked with. This is getting really weird. There are just too many strange coincidences. Yep. Whoever the person in the mask was that attacked me last night, they were holding that knife. And the same knife was used to stab the same masked attacker we found here. Okay. So maybe the masked person got stabbed because when the attack I was in kind of a trance. Maybe I reacted and grabbed the knife. Maybe then I... Why was he brought here? Did you bring him in? And if this really is Kyoko, it would mean Kyoko is the one that attacked me. Why the mask? I just don't know. I don't remember anything clearly from last night. No, it can't be. There's no way. Knife at this crime scene. Okay. Can I look at this? These look like fragments of something. They're all burnt. It can't be used here. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before. But where? Wait, is it there? I have to double check later. Okay. So the body is next. If I check the... Maybe I'll find out for sure if it's Kyoko or not. So the tattoo and the different sections of the body. The upper half of the body got set on fire in the explosion, so it's totally blackened. Also, the top half of the body is wet. That's because it got set on fire and I threw water on it. Since I only threw water on the part that was on fire, the top half, the bottom half is still dry. In other words, there's nothing strange about the top being wet. There isn't, right? Okay. Well, just to make sure, I'm checking every bite. Put some crap. Left. And then lower top. There. Nothing strange about that. Okay. Huh? There's something weird about the body's fingernails. Oh, these are fake nails and they're real long. if I remembered correctly, hold on. Yeah, the body wasn't explode. The body didn't have gloves, so it couldn't have been Kyoko. And I'm pretty sure if she wore gloves, the fingernails would definitely be in the way. But there's also a tattoo. What's that for, though? It seemed like they get away into normal activity. Fake nails. There's also something on the back right of her hand. It's a tattoo. It got burned, so I can't make out the whole thing, but it looks like a picture of dogs or something. I've never seen anything like it before. Tattoo of the right hand. Okay. Yep. I think I've checked everything I need to in this area, but I'm not done yet. There's other areas I need to check. Specifically, the fragment I found before is somewhere I need to go in order to confirm my suspicions. The gym, because that was the bomb. And I still need to find more about Kyoko. Is that corpse really Kyoko? If that's true. Is that also Kyoko who attacked me last night? If I can't find out more about her, maybe I can answer that question. Kyoko was never the kind of person to talk about herself all that much. Maybe I can get into her room. I'll be able to find out more. But the key to her room is with
It's
Byakuya.
all clear now.
What?
Just
I don't have a choice. I have to see if he'll let me borrow her room key. Byakuya? You can come up with her now, but I'd be happy to hear it later at the class trial. Oh no, it's not about that. You have the key to Kyoko's room, right? I was hoping that I could borrow it. I'm afraid I can take that as you're the prime suspect after
What?
all. Of course, if I were to go with you, that would be a different story. Then will you go with me? Sorry, I have my own agenda to take care of. Find me again later, and we'll see.
goodbye.
Depending on my mood, I may go with you. Or maybe not. Come back later, huh? Okay. Then in the meantime, I should look around somewhere else. Maybe I should check out that one area. Okay. So the gym. But I should check where he is. Okay, he disappeared. Okay. Let's just go to gym. Okay. Akuma Lane dismantled on the floor, but I figured it wouldn't be here.
You know?
It's the bomb.
Huh?
What? I just realized something, by the way, that nobody else did. If Monokuma had a bomb inside him, and Kyoko told like Mondo to throw him up in the air and stuff like that, couldn't they use Monokuma to blow up the way out? That would freaking solve so many problems. Like, we wouldn't have to deal with freaking like killing each other then, like, at all. I guess freaking they weren't smart enough to realize that. Or freaking Kyoko. There's no doubt about that. The fragments I found in the garden. Yep. Okay. Kyoko's room. I should head back to your garden. Okay, now he's back. The garden. Why? Okay. You think you can go soon, Byakuya?
Let's go.
You want to check out Kyoko's room, right? Very well, let's go. Wait for me. Byakuya walk up. Just take a glance. I hurried after him to dorms. Oh, sorry. Well then, here we go. Byakuya took out the key and slid it into the keyhole, and then... and it's open. Looks like it, thanks. Okay. So this is Kyoko's room. Check everywhere. Everywhere is here's the bathroom. She might have certain articles hanging out to dry. I better not look in. What articles? Bed. Here's her bed. I don't see anything interesting here, at least not as far as this case is concerned. But there's literally a key right here. You could literally see it right from there. There's some type of key. It's a wooden block sticker.
What?
What's that? What purpose does it serve? I think it's probably a key. Lockers at those really traditional public bathhouses use them for their lockers. Oh no, I've never gone to a public bathhouse. That doesn't really surprise me. It's hard to picture Byakuya doing something like that.
It's certainly possible.
If it is a key, I think I might know where it unlocks. Really what? Unless I'm mistaken. I'm pretty sure I saw something in the dojo that might go to. The dojo? Okay. Maybe I should touch. You wanna come here, right? So what is it that you're looking for? Nothing in particular. I just thought we might find some sort of clue here. A clue that might help us understand Kyoko.
Come on.
You can't be serious. That's why you made me take my time out of my research to come here. Sorry. Regardless, if you plan on poking around that random, you're doomed no matter how much time you take. Clearly you have something more concrete. Something to give us some sort of direction here. More concrete. Oh, I know.
It's true.
Something happens. I'm sure I have it somewhere. Found it. What's in the envelope? Kyoko gave it to me. She said, if something ever happened, I should open it. Well,
Interesting.
something certainly has happened, so open it. Okay. I opened up the envelope and looked inside. Inside a single piece of paper. Under the sheet.
What?
That's all that was in there. Yeah, it looks like it. Under the sheets, what could it be? Probably her bed. Like, could something be hidden under the bedsheet? Part of me didn't expect to find anything, but I lifted up the sheets. What's this? I found up a crumbled piece of paper. Mukuro Ikusaba. Class 78. Student registry. Mukuro Ikusaba. Sex? Female. Don't understand the rest. Why is everything else in... Like, why is the title of the paper in English, and her name, and her sex, but not everything else? Okay.
I see.
It appears Mukuro Ikusaba. It appears to be Mukuro Ikusaba's profile. Yeah, it looks like it. It's probably the other thing Kyoko stole when she snuck into her master's room along with the key. Oh yeah, blank. It's the file. This must be the blank that Monokuma was talking about. Kyoko said that a death without meaning was unappealing, and this is what she left behind. I'll have time for your sentimental indulgences. Hurry up and finish your search. Okay. I made an effort to pull myself together and then look down at the profile sheet. Name: Mukuro Ikusaba. Sex: female. The ultimate soldier. Ultimate soldier? But she said she was like ultimate despair. So I wonder how she got that idea. And where she got that title from. Although small for her age, she was a military specialist trained in every weapon type imaginable. She showed an interest in military from childhood and soon found herself completely absorbed in it. In elementary school, she won a survival game tournament and began writing for military magazines. Just before entering middle school, while she and her family were on vacation in Europe, she disappeared. The story of a young Japanese girl being kidnapped quickly took over Japanese media outlets. Intense international investigation turned up no information, and she was never found. However, she reappeared in Japan 3 years later, alone and completely unannounced. She revealed that she'd just joined a mercenary group known as Fenrir for those 3 years. She insisted that she hadn't been kidnapped, that she received battle training of her own volition. However, she never revealed why she decided to return home when she did. Ultimate Soldier, a mercenary group. This doesn't feel real. The world I grew up in is a completely different dimension. It's like one's non-fiction and the other's sci-fi. There's no way I could even comprehend the two. That's how different this is. That's how I saw things, just as an ordinary person, but then...
I see.
I never imagined I'd hear the name Fenrir in a place like this. You recognize it?
Naturally.
The Fenrir Mercenary Corps is a collection of battle-crazed warmongers. But they do have their uses, and they're always getting the job done. That's worth remembering. This is all part of a world totally removed from the one I live in. I have to say, I'm intrigued. Every rumor I've heard since... I have to say, I'm intrigued. Every rumor I've heard says that Fenrir has already...
Found it!
Whoa, I feel like our hero is becoming a... Oh, right. The voice. Damn it. Well, I feel like our hero is becoming a bit of a bit player. And the bit player is becoming our hero. It's you.
What?
What have you got in your pretty little hand there?
What?
Uh-oh, you found their profile? So what if I did?
Hey, come on now.
Oh, don't freak out on me. I'm not going to hold it against you or anything. In case if you're wondering, I don't hold it against Kyoko either, even though she stole it and hid it. After all, there's no rule against stealing, is there? But who I can't forgive is Miss Ogami, who broke the rules and busted into the headmaster's room. Maybe I'll drag her corpse out of here and slice it up and devour it. Bears are omnivores, you know.
What?
A rule violation's really so unforgivable. You're quite adamant about those regulations of yours. Of course I am. A proper school life is built on the dedication to organizing order. Which is why even I, the school headmaster, have to follow those regulations myself. Oh, so you're saying you have to follow your own rules as well?
Of course!
Absolutely. I can't have you complain about how unfair it all is. Now can I? In fact, on the subject of fairness, would you like to know something interesting? Interesting? It's about the one writing all these rules. They're actually... or the participants in this killing game. I don't think I ever actually told you how many participants there actually were, did they? Did I? I'm thinking I should clarify that.
Hey,
When you all first got together in the main hallway, back when, there were 15 people there, right? I think that first meeting may have led to a little misunderstanding among you all. Misunderstanding? Are you saying?
in other words...
That's right. There were actually 15 of you.
Yes, indeed!
The total number of students taking part of this killing game were actually 16. 16 then.
Mukuro equals the 16th student, the one
Shut
they
up.
watch out.
The 16th student, Mukuro Kusaba. She's part of the school life. She's the one making all the regulations So the one making all the regulations is...
Why?
Why?
Huh?
Did you say something? Why are you telling us this? Oh, well, because... like I told you, this killing game is desperately popular. You wouldn't believe the ratings. And since we've got so many views now, I wanted to make sure everyone was on the same page. I don't want to wake up to a hurricane of complaints and hate mail, you know?
Yes, indeed.
Makes sense.
Well, now.
Okay, that's all you get for now. Oh, actually, I do have some revenge to get. So I have an extra bonus for you. Revenge? I want to get back at that sneaky Miss Kirigiri, so I'm going to share a little secret with you. Seriously?
Hey,
You know how she wears those stupid gloves day in, day out, all the time? Well, don't tell anyone I told you, but she wears those to cover a bunch of hideous scars of hers. She doesn't want anyone to see. What? Okay, okay, now that's all you get. Makuma's account. Okay. Kyoko wears those gloves to cover up a bunch of scars. Wait, so on the back of her hand, the tattoo. Wait, but no. Makuma's just said they were scars, right? That's why Kyoko wears those gloves, to hide those scars, which means those fake nails on the corpse can't be Kyoko. What are you thinking, about Kyoko again, huh?
What?
Forget about her. What matters right now is uncovering Monokuma's trap. His trap?
Such ignorance.
God must have really have hated you to make you so dull. Don't you remember what Monokuma just told us? He said there were 16 students, right? Which means Mukuro was a student.
That's right.
Obviously, Monokuma was trying to tell us that Mukuro is one creating the rules to this game. Why would he tell us that, and why now? He said he wanted to make things clear so there wouldn't be any complaints later. But the mere fact that he said that proves that Mukuro is connected to this case. That's why Monokuma revealed the existence of the 16th student. He needs to make our investigation clear. Mukuro is related to the case.
It's certainly possible.
Perhaps she's the one that killed Kyoko. What? That would explain why we would have the class trial, wouldn't it? If she's a student and she's killed someone, that would make her part of the school killing game. Mukuro is the killer? She killed Kyoko? Anyone should be able to come to that conclusion, don't you think? In fact, that's exactly what I thought when the investigation first began.
What?
But based on what Monokuma just told us, I've changed my mind.
It's all clear now.
Mukuro Ikusaba isn't culprit. No? What makes you say that? We thought Mukuro, the ultimate despair, was the mastermind's true identity. But if that's true, Monokuma's behavior makes no sense. Why would the mastermind go out of the way to reveal themselves to us? That's a good
So,
point.
in other words,
Mukuro giving us information that would raise questions about her would be bold, to say the least. It makes more sense than to assume that Mukuro isn't the culprit. So that's the trap. They want us to suspect Mukuro and come to the wrong conclusion. That's what makes sense to me. The way you say it, it definitely does seem possible. But if that's really true, if Mukuro isn't the killer, then who is? Well then, I believe our work here is finished. Let's move on. I'm sure there are other places in need of investigation. I should find out whether if that key and the dojo are really connected.
let's go.
Well, are you coming? Okay. There are wooden lockers here. They use wood block keys, just like those super traditional bathhouses. It looks like the key found in Kyoko's room does go into the laundry.
I see.
Miko, do you see the farthest locker to the right? The locker farthest to the right.
Very strange.
That's the only one that doesn't have a key in it at the moment. You understand what that means, right? I should probably use the key we found on that locker, right?
That's right.
We'll just try it. Okay. I took out the wooden key, lock key, and inserted to the locker's metal lock, and the locker eagerly accepted the key and it opened. These are arrows in here. It looks like 10 arrows in total. They look like they're made of titanium, which means they're quite strong despite how thin they are. Of course, without a bow, they're nothing but strong little sticks. Strong sticks? Strong. Oh, there's something else inside the locker. It's a wild ball of duct tape. I wonder what this is used for. Is that a bloodstain?
I see.
If it is, that means it must surely be related to the case. This duct tape is related to the case somehow? How could it possibly have been... It's used to wrap up all those sticks, the arrows, to make a single big pipe. Because it was thick as a metal pipe. There was a blunt object that hit the body, right? I think that's all there is in the locker has to offer for now. Is something wrong?
Very strange.
Very odd, don't you think? The locker was hiding items that were clearly related to this case. But how the key to the locker wind up in the victim's room?
Why?
Or perhaps... Forget it. Come on, we need to continue on to the next location. What next location?
What?
There's still something we need to look into. We need to do more research on Fenrir. Fenrir? You mean the mercenary group that Mukuro was a part of? How are we supposed to find out about that? Isn't it obvious? Where in the school would you go to do research on something? Research. Are you talking about the archive? That's right. The archive has all kinds of info that the general public doesn't have access to.
Let's go.
We only have so much time before the trial begins, so let's hurry. Okay, this is getting interesting. I believe there was a file related to Fenrir somewhere over here. The actor seemed to know the archive like the back of his hand, and went straight to himself in the back. Ah, here we go. He quickly returned with a file in hand.
I see.
Take a look at this. I have no idea what it says. What language is this? How did you make it all the way to high school without learning a single word of French? I'm pretty sure nobody in high school learned French. I'm pretty sure people learned stuff in high school about French, but never a single word of French. Okay. I'm pretty sure most high schoolers can't speak French. Oh, whatever. I'll read it for you. If I expect you to repay your debt 100 times over. 100 times? Isn't that kind of extreme? Fenrir is an elite fighting unit based out in the Middle East. Unlike military contractors, they're a fierce group of soldiers who engage in direct combat. They claim that a single member is equivalent to an entire company of regular soldiers. Just like Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok. Ooh, sweet, the Wolf of Ragnarok. Their mere presence is enough to strike fear into the enemy. They have been involved in countless military battles and operations, most of which are highly classified. However, some time ago, they completely ceased all activity. At present, their continued existence cannot be confirmed. There are unconfirmed reports that the key members of the group were all neutralized. Rumors indicate that they were killed to keep them from revealing the many state secrets they acquired. Some, however, believe that there were mounting internal tension within the group, and they'd simply imploded.
What?
What is it? This all just sounds like some kind of alternate reality. Well, it isn't. This is our reality, the only reality. These people are part of our world. Their battlefields are much different from our lives here. An unpredictable, unimaginable world. That's what makes it all so exciting. Exciting definitely isn't the word I would use. So, did anything jump out at you? This may be your last opportunity to learn about Fenrir. How did you mention it? The report said something about where the name of Fenrir comes from, right? That's right. That's right. It said Fenrir is the wolf of Ragnarok. Speaking of which, would you like to know something interesting related to that? To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad will get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body. A tattoo? That's Mukuro. Then, Mukuro is the corpse. What? They got a tattoo of Fenrir? Could that mean... It's Mukuro. Oh god, here we go.
Time is utterly silent, and yet it constantly assaults us. Organisms, the earth, natural phenomena. It damages us little by little until the end. You should anyway, so...
Shut up. Okay. Okay. Then the time has come. All we can do now is try to uncover the truth during the class.
That's right.
It would seem that way. Let's go. Whoa, Byakuya and Makoto showed up together. Where the heck have you two been? You just disappeared without a word. We're investigating, of course. How could you not figure that out by this point? Girls, how rank enough for you guys to go off together, just two of you?
Huh?
Wait, are you jealous?
Hey!
Or are you making some kind of creepy fantasy for yourself?
What?
Stop talking, embrace yourselves. We'll be here any second. Any second. You could show up at any time. When I imagined what was about to happen, I immediately tensed up and prepared myself, but... We stood there for 5 full minutes, waiting for something weird to happen, and then 5 minutes became 10.
Why?
What's going on here? Why hasn't Akuma showed up yet?
Could it be...
Maybe he died again? What should we do? Should we keep waiting here, or... or what?
What?
Jesus. Did I scare you?
Come on.
I demand an explanation. Why did you waste my time and make me wait like that? What? I made you wait? You got all backwards. You're the ones making me wait. Huh?
In other words...
I'm waiting for everyone to arrive. We can't start until everyone's here now, can I? What are you talking about? Everyone is here. We've all been waiting for you. Sorry, but you're wrong. I've been waiting 10 minutes now, so it's okay if I punish the one making us all wait, right? If you all agree it's a violation, I'll arrange a punishment right now. I think I know who this is. I actually know who this is, so I'm going to do the race. If it's me you're waiting for, I'm right here. When we heard that voice, we all spun around to look.
Hey.
I'm here, and no rules have been broken. Kyoko! Kyoko, you're still alive! No, that's a ghost! Stop talking. If you want to fight, do at class trial where you need to save some fun for later, right?
What?
Is it okay that there's no particular penalty for being late?
Is that right?
I made it here just fine. What school regulation did I violate? Am I wrong? You're so selfish. So spoiled. You're right, there's no penalty officially, but I bet you'll be sorry later.
Shing!
And I'll make sure you're sorry later. Anyway, hustle your butts onto the over. I'll be just one step ahead of you. When Makuma was gone, we all rushed up to Kyoko. Kyoko!
Ah!
So you really didn't die?
Indeed.
Of course I didn't die. Thank God, I'm so glad you're okay. Perhaps, but that's not necessarily a good thing for us. Huh? He's right. Now we gotta deal with a ghost. I told you stop talking.
Let's go.
Come on, let's just go. Whatever we need to discuss, we can do at the trial. Without ever looking directly at Kyoko, Byakuya stepped into the elevator. That's wait for me. Oh, who knows what might happen to us if we take too long.
But...
I'll be happy when this trial's all over. One after another, everyone piled into the elevator, but I couldn't help myself. I had to talk to Kyoko before the trial started. Okay. Listen, before we get started, I have to ask you. Where have you been this whole time? You used that key of yours to go somewhere, didn't you?
Correct.
So, I went to investigate the second floor of the dorms. The second floor?
That's right.
There weren't any monitors or cameras there, so I was able to avoid Makuma completely. Of course, I also missed his announcement because of that.
Whew.
I had no idea a body had been discovered. Then, when did you find out?
So...
Just now. I finished my search and came back down just in time to hear the class trial announcement. I took some time to go over the crime scene first. I can't go to a trial completely uninformed, can I? So that's why you were late.
However...
I'm sorry I kept you all waiting. But if you were on the second floor of the dorms, then that's what the key you found to goes to?
Wrong.
Actually, to be precise, not quite.
In other words...
I used Makuma's secret tool, which can open any lock in the school. What? You can unlock any door to the school?
Just a second!
Hey, what are you two doing? Hurry up before we get in trouble with Makuma.
Makoto.
Can go all over the details after we get through the trial, okay, Makoto? Right now, I just want to focus on survival, our current
It
situation,
would seem...
because this is probably the most crucial moment so far for me. For her? That's a strange way to put it. The class trial is important for everyone, so why would she say it's a crucial moment for her? Unless somebody's trying to frame her. That's probably the thing. Because it looks like she's being framed because she thought the ultimate soldier was despair, right? And that's why they're trying to make it look like she killed Mukuro because she was despair. When really, it could have been like, when really she's the ultimate soldier. I don't know.
Goodbye.
We'll figure out. So, if that's all. Seemingly unconcerned, Kyoko made her way to the elevator. I'm just overthinking what she said, right? Nope. Let's go. We need to hurry up and beat this trial. Being the last one left, I step onto the elevator. I'm gonna try to beat this trial before I freaking stop recording. Okay. And the doors slid shut. This time the clunking was loud enough to hurt my ears, and the dread began to consume me once again. I can't imagine never getting used to that metal pressure that comes with preparing for execution. In that dusty darkness, nobody said a word. We just stood there, silent and still. After an immeasurable period of time, the doors opened without warning. A dazzling light penetrated every depth of my eyes. But it wasn't an illuminating light of hope. There was a blinding light of despair.
I can't wait! I can't wait!
I've been waiting for this. I feel like it's been forever since we got together like this. The time for pointless jokes and jabs have passed.
Thrills!
On
Chill!
with the show. And so the curtain. Shut up. Save. So, in this trial, there's going to be different endings or some sort, different choices. So I want to explore for this video, I'm going to be exploring those choices. Let me see the skills. I want to see what skills I have. Ooh. Ooh, sweet. I think I have... I think I'm good. I don't need to look at my books. I feel like I could get on my own.
Let's begin with a basic explanation. If you can, then I'll punish everyone. Okay, well.
Well then, let's discuss the specifics of the... First, we need to clarify who exactly the unidentified victim is.
It's Kyoko. There's no other explanation.
But Kyoko's standing right there.
No, that's a goat.
But she has legs and...
Well, that's just because she's like the latest evolution in ghost technology.
There's a limit to how much ridiculousness I can tolerate.
Okay. So I just have to prove that the corpse isn't Kyoko, right? Then let's compare Kyoko's traits to the traits of the dead body.
Her trait?
One important trait. Gloves. The
I
gloves.
got it! I'm talking about her gloves. They'll give us some insight into the mystery.
In that case, I think it would be helpful if someone explained why she actually wears those gloves.
And would you happen to know the answer?
In fact, Monokuma told me. Apparently you have scars on your hands you don't want anyone.
Oh, you know, now that I think about it, the corpse wasn't wearing any gloves, right?
They probably just got burnt up in the explosion. I'm not convinced. The ghost is just trying to fool us all.
There's no way that corpse is Kyoko. But I can't prove... But if I can't prove why, we're going to be stuck in this case and can't move forward. Why do I have to... I'm not glue. Okay, so I don't have any... Why do I have to prove that corpse isn't Kyoko? This is dumb. Fake nails or the tattoo on the right hand? Probably the fake nails. The tattoo wouldn't
That
have...
Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing, because that corpse is absolute.
This entire discussion is idiotic.
I love his reaction.
That Kyoko there. Okay, then prove
The dead body wasn't.
they got burnt up in the
Then she was wearing gloves before the
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
No.
Because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
This entire discussion is idiotic.
Okay.
That Kyoko. Okay, then prove
The dead body wasn't wearing.
they got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
Because that corpse is absolutely
Kyoko.
Shit!
This entire discussion is idiotic.
Damn it! I keep messing up.
That Kyoko there.
I keep forgetting which
The
button to
dead
press.
body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
No.
No, that's wrong.
Fuck off. Okay.
No. There's no way the corpse was wearing gloves. Whoever it was, they were wearing fake nails, remember? I imagine trying to wear gloves over nails like that would have been a pretty big pain. Besides, Kyoko wears gloves to hide her hands. It'd be pretty weird for someone who's self-conscious about their hands to wear fake nails. Don't you think?
Jeez, man, you don't know women, huh? They're complicated like that.
If anyone doesn't know women, it's you.
Oh, bird.
Well, Kyoko, any thought?
These gloves were custom made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't interfere with my daily life. If I wore fake nails, the gloves wouldn't fit properly.
Then that's that. The dead body...
Which should have been obvious since she's standing right here.
Okay, so then, who's the real victim? First, we need to figure that...
That's the first thing I said. You're the one who's been dragging us around in...
Before anything, we have to identify the victim. I think I know who it is. Everything starts from there. The tattoo is probably going to reveal the clue.
If Kyoko really is still... Then who died?
There's gotta be someone. I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition. And there wasn't any description of... Well, if we can't identify the body...
You can.
No,
And
that's
I
wrong.
did. With the tattoo.
There was one clue left behind that we can use to identify...
What? For real? If you're lying, you'll die a cruel and unusual...
Cruel and unusual death.
She's just being stupid. Ignore them, Makoto.
The key to figuring out who it is the tattoo on the back of her hand.
Oh, yeah. The design's pretty strange, huh? Is this... Her master must have made her get it. To be like, you're my bitch.
Seriously?
No, that's not it. The identity of the victim is hidden within that tattoo.
Oh,
To compare that to the other information, the victim should have been obvious. It is Mukuro Ikusaba's profile, I'm pretty sure. Yep.
I got it! The Fenrir Mercenary Corps. That's the name of the military group Mukuro Ikusaba
Okay.
To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body.
Fenrir?
The image that represents Fenrir. It's wolf. Could you not be dumb? Stupid people. Okay. Oh god. There.
Now I understand.
What the? Why'd they make me waste my time on wolf?
The representation of Fenrir is a wolf.
Fenrir, the wolf of Ragnarok. It's from Norse mythology. A huge, world-ending wolf. He's the child of the trickster god Loki, and a female giant.
Man, after all this time, we finally got a glimpse of the literary all-star.
A wolf tattoo. Then that means...
Exactly. The body we found had a tattoo of a wolf, which means that person must have once belonged to... So it must have been Mukuro.
What?
Hold on. Isn't she the one that was behind the...
You sound surprised, but you're absolutely... Yes, indeed. The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikus...
What? Are you saying the mastermind is dead? And now we have to have a cool-ass trial?
No. It means we were wrong in thinking that Mukuro was the mastermind at all.
But I mean... Being the ultimate despair seems like a pretty mastermindy title to me.
Maybe we shouldn't have been thinking of her as the ultimate despair in the first... After all, looking at her profile, I didn't see anything that would fit such a description. All it said was that she was the ultimate soldier. If I remember correctly, that other Kyoko. That's what you told Makoto, right?
So that means Kyoko got it wrong.
And who was she? She's been gone this whole time? And when she finally turns up, she gets... Usually when there's a scene where an important character dies, it has a lot more...
So you're saying she wasn't an important character, which would mean she was the same as us. Just another participant.
Then who's the real mastermind?
It must have been the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster, Hap?
No, the headmaster has nothing to do...
But how can we trust that? We already know your information about Mukuro was wrong.
My information was not wrong.
Okay. We're in the middle of a trial right now. Figuring out who killed Mukuro is first and foremost. Please limit all future prattle, chatter, and chit-chat as much as possible.
Fine. Uncovering the identity of the mastermind will have to wait. But remember this, no matter what happens, we will find out who you really are. I stake my
I have officially decided to completely ignore all such attempts at provocation. Now then, just so nobody's confused, let me state this. The reason we're having a class trial is because a murder among the students has taken place. Hammer that point straight into your big old brain!
What you're saying is that both the victim and the culprit are part of the student body?
Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
Wait, no! There's a chance that there's some mystery 17th person who's been hiding all along!
Nope! There are only 16 students in total that have been taking part in these events.
Seriously? Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
Who did it? Who's the killer this time?
Get a hold of yourself. We've already narrowed down the list of possible...
Huh?
I'm sure you realize who I'm talking about, right, Makoto? Who the evidence points to?
Makoto and me, so... Makoto... Wait, Makoto and Kyoko.
I got it! You've narrowed it down to Kyoko and me, right?
Why do you say that?
Allow me to explain. Just after nighttime last night, I went to the garden, so I can confirm that at that point. So, the murder must have taken place after, however, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I were in the gym the entire—
The gym?
That's right. The four of us were there trying to dismantle Monokuma. The whole time, we were very careful not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. All of which is to say, the four of us all have alibis. The only one
Are me and Makoto. That's why you're able to narrow down the list of suspects.
Exactly.
So the suspects are me and Kyoko. Damn it, I can't let this stand. Somehow I have to clear my name.
I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi.
Are you thinking of raising an objection?
Well, before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place. Doing that might reveal some kind of clue.
Whatever you want. Somebody go ahead and help.
Me and Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden. Well, it was after nighttime for sure. So the murder must have...
Then I guess we can say the time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body. Oh, but...
The one who saw the body first was
9 o'clock.
I got it! The body must have been discovered at 9 a.m.
He's right.
So we can be totally sure the murder happened.
For me, I was already asleep before nighttime hit. So I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock. I'm sure I met up with everyone else before 9 this...
We ran into each other in the dining hall. Oh yeah! Right around 7:30.
Which means from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m., you don't...
Okay, the game has begun. I have to make sure I wasn't in the garden. Whatever. I think it's the sprinklers, if I remember. Because the sprinklers go off. It's 7:30.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
And Makoto doesn't have...
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to
Commit murder. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the...
We've established a time frame for... It took place
somewhere between 10 o'clock.
No, that's wrong!
Yes!
Actually, the murder couldn't have happened anywhere near 10 o'clock. It had to have taken place way later.
And what makes you say...
Because of the sprinklers, and the sprinklers are set to go off right at 7:30. So if the body had been in the garden, then it should have been completely soaked.
Oh, hold on! I remember this part. The body was wet.
But that was
Sorry,
after.
Toko.
I'm wrong? Are you saying only the...
No,
stop.
I'm saying that...
What do you mean by denying the sprinkler?
Man,
If you really think it... You...
No. Ah, shit. Really? Full-time oh, fuck you.
I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you.
There we go. Okay.
How can you say it wasn't the spring?
This should prove it.
Full body analysis. Bitch.
Just remember what the body was like after the explosion, and you'll see the top half of the body was wet. if the sprinklers got the body wet.
So they only got the top wet?
I'm so sick.
Let's just... The reason only the top...
Because I poured.
While the body was still on fire, I doused it with...
Oh, then I guess...
So if the sprinklers didn't get the body wet, then the murder must have taken place.
Wait, how did you look at the body? I thought you couldn't look at bodies. You would pass out.
Sometime after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning.
So how did you look at the wet body? I was dead.
Which means she must have been killed sometime between then and when the body was discovered at night.
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night to 7:30 this morning.
So there's no way Makoto could have done it. I guess you had an alibi after all. Good for you.
In which case, the only one left...
Kyoko's the only one without an alibi? Which means that Muko's killer is... No, I see it's believing. Kyoko murdered
I'd just like to say one thing. If you vote for me, and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen.
Huh? So are you saying you're not the...
Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone. This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us.
A trap?
We're this far into the game, and now you decide to stop wasting time, stop wasting energy. You really think your little trick is gonna work?
Shut up, you!
You got it, boss. Shutting up now.
Anyway, Kyoko, you actually did have a reason to kill.
Huh?
She thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair. In other words, the mastermind behind it. So she killed her to try and put a stop to all this. Isn't that right, Kyoko? But you made one catastrophic mistake. Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all. And as a result, we were forced into another trial. Something I'm sure you weren't at all expecting.
So, that was her motive?
If she had a motive and no alibi, well then... I think it's pretty clear Kyoko's gotta be the culprit.
I'm not the only one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation is still insufficient.
I mean, I like you, Kyoko, but you're a bitch.
Huh?
That was a bitch move.
The sprinklers didn't get the body wet, but that doesn't mean the murder happened when he said it did.
What are you...
Because you see, there is a way the body could have avoided getting wet.
Interesting.
All it would take is covering the body with a certain something to keep it from getting wet.
Certain something to then the tarp.
I got it! You're talking about the tarp, aren't you?
You catch on quick. You're right. All you'd have to do is cover the body with the tarp, and that'd take care of... In fact, that's exactly what the dirt pattern on the tarp can only one side of the tarp got dirty, because that's the side. The side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, kept perfectly clean. This proves that the killer used the tarp to keep the body.
But why would they go to all that effort just to keep the...
Most likely so they could cloud the issue of when the murder actually... In other words, to create an excuse exactly like the one
Why would Kyoko say that? Why would she want to make me look like the killer? No, I can't think about that right now. The tarp. If it was used the way Kyoko said, the tarp must have touched the body, right? But the body.
Wait.
And what might that...
You can't worry about Kyoko's motives. If I don't do anything, everyone's gonna think I'm the killer. I have to repeat what Kyoko said. You have to make it look dumb. Kyoko. Freaking Makoto. Body before the explosion, I believe.
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting...
So the reason the tarp was only dirty is because the sprinkler got that...
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless.
It's because that side was protected since it was facing down toward the... Of course it didn't get dirty!
Wrong.
No, that's wrong.
Yes. I was right. Okay. Thank God.
Actually, one side being clean is pretty strange if you think about it. Because the blood wasn't dry before the body got blown up, right? Byakuya said it himself. Not to touch it, or you might if you put a tarp on a body in that state.
Well, maybe the culprit washed it, so nobody would know they'd used...
If they had, they would have washed both sides. Just washing the one side wouldn't...
Oh!
More than that, What if the very blood we saw on the body was meant as a kind of camouflage?
Huh? The blood was a camouflage?
What if, after the killer used the tarp to avoid the spring, they then covered the body in blood that didn't belong to the...
You mean someone else's blood? Where would they get...
I know! They could have grabbed some of the blood packs from the nurse. That's what Hifumi did, right? When he pretended...
No, that's not what happened. The killer got the blood from right there in the
garden. Which means... The chicken! The chicken! The freaking chicken!
I got it!
No!
Could it have been... chicken blood?
What? Chicken blood?
When I checked the chicken coop before the...
5.
But after the murder...
4.
So, you're saying someone killed a chicken? And then covered the body with its... Man! That's messed...
Killing a living thing just to do something like that is awful. They should have at least eaten it.
They probably did.
I wonder if the killer had to get the blood from the scene so they wouldn't be spotted walking around. Anyway, there's no denying that a chicken went missing, which
Perhaps, but even so, there's one thing that you said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water and then covered the body in blood. But if that's the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground around the body. But that's not what we saw. Only the victim's clothes. The ground was complete.
I have to agree that maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood beforehand.
They covered it.
When you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat like you
Wait. No. The head was through the neck hole, but the arms weren't in the sleeves.
Also, wasn't it backwards?
Then that's up.
Sorry,
Here's what happened. The murder took place, but the body didn't get wet. Then, later, they pulled the coat over the body. This series of cover-ups was meant to they wanted us to think the murder happened.
If that's actually what took place, it certainly becomes possible that the murder happened.
But wouldn't they have had to go back to the garden after the
That actually wouldn't have... Huh? They already had the coat ready. So they just had to grab the tarp and they'd be done in no...
Maybe.
Hina, after you met up with Makoto in the dining hall, did you two stay together from that...
Oh, no. I headed off to the gym, and Makoto didn't show up
Then he had plenty of time to spare.
That's not...
Don't bother saying it's not possible.
Kyoko.
I must admit, Kyoko's reasoning is sound. Makoto's alibi is inadequate.
And the suspicion falls back on me again. But why? Why is Kyoko trying to entrap me? I don't understand. This guy's dead body.
Well then, it looks like we're back to square one. Makoto's alibi is no good, so once again, our suspects are...
For serious, man? Which one of them did it? Hey, why don't we let luck decide? Let's flip a coin. 50-50 odds.
Oh!
See? Pretty good idea.
No, not that. I just remembered something super serious.
Well, don't just stand there.
You know that knife we found all black and...
The one we found stuck in the body before it exploded, right? According to the Monokuma file, the knife went all the way through, from front to back. So, what about it?
I'm pretty sure I'd seen that knife, so that's what I thought when I first saw it. I just remember...
Ah, shit. God damn it, Hina. Why is it all the girls, the prettiest girls, blaming us? Ah, damn it, Kyoko. You even told me to hang on to it.
You don't seem surprised.
Yeah.
Then why did you hide that?
It's not that I hid it.
Ah, shit. I couldn't be sure what happened yesterday. I thought maybe I really killed her. But...
Suspicious. The knife we found stuck in the box. Now I'm totally convinced he did it.
I should be able to make it clear. I have to prove that I didn't murder anyone. I'm not the killer. It's not... Wait. If the blood was... If the blood was where the area
knife
where
we found lodged in the dead
body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It's disguised.
It really is, isn't it?
Disguised.
If he did have that knife, that seals it.
Just because I had the knife, that automatically...
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her.
Right?
Nope.
No, that's wrong.
Yep. It was just a disguise.
Wait, hold on. The stab wound isn't what killed Mukura. That should be clear from the description of the cover-up we just heard.
Lies! We never talked about what killed her.
No, don't you remember? The killer covered the dead body with the tarp, and then put the bloody coat on it, right? In other words, the victim never wore that blood-stained coat until after they were dead.
Okay, fine. So what?
So, when we discovered the knife had been thrust through the coat along with the body. Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on, and she was already dead at that point, obviously the stab wound isn't what killed her.
Maybe you stabbed her twice. Once to kill her and once to come.
No, that's... Is that condition written down the Monokuma file?
I got it!
If I remembered.
The Monokuma file clearly states that there was only one stab wound.
Oh yeah, it sure did.
Then the knife
was just another piece of camouflage set up by the true killer. They probably stabbed her to draw attention away from what actually killed her. Exploding the body afterward was probably... The explosion severely damaged the body, making it impossible. It was all the killer's attempt to destroy all evidence of their crime.
So they wanted us to notice the stab wound and then detonated the body after. They meant for us to latch onto the knife as the cause of death, then destroy any evidence proving otherwise.
Oh, hey, I have a question. It kinda goes back to the beginning, but what's the deal with that explosion anyway? Why'd the body just blow up?
If you bothered to put that lump of gray matter between your ears...
Well, if you're so
I'll tell you. I bet some unknown quantum particle caused an atomic level spontaneous combustion!
I might be dumb, but even I'm not dumb enough to believe that.
Go ahead, Makoto. Tell her or we won't make any headway.
I know what it is.
I got it!
It's the bomb.
After the explosion, we found a tiny fragment of something on the ground near the body, right? That fragment reveals the cause of the...
Huh? You know, I feel like I've seen something like it somewhere before.
That's only natural. Because of... We saw the same thing when we dismantled... It's part of a bomb.
Oh! Then the explosion was because of the Monokuma...
Anyway, the culprit's motive is becoming more and more obvious by the minute. They wanted the knife wound to look like the fatal injury so that we'd suspect Makoto. And the only one who would benefit from that is the only other possible suspect. You, Kyoko.
Hold on a second, Byakuya.
What's the problem?
Well,
damn it,
I just
Makoto.
feel like we need to think this through. We still don't know what actually killed the victim.
That's true. It's definitely bugging me. What really killed her?
Fine. I have no problem with that. Let us continue the debate. It won't change the facts of the case regardless.
Damn it. I know you're trying to protect her, Makoto, but you're only proving your downfall, I feel like. You need to determine what ultimately killed the victim. Okay. I need to concentrate. I think I know what killed her.
Then, shall we continue the victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined.
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Well, yeah, sure.
And it wasn't because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other...
Oh yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her...
And more than that,
The victim had suffered countless wounds.
across her entire body.
Then,
Shall we continue?
the victim's fatal injury has yet to be
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. I guess.
Well,
Yeah, sure.
And it wasn't then...
Oh yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence...
and more
than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds.
Across her entire body.
Okay. Damn it.
Shoot!
Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to...
The explosion didn't kill her.
Well, yeah, sure.
And it wasn't because of the... Then there's only one...
Oh, yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the...
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet
to be determined, correct?
No, that's wrong.
Yeah, okay, there.
Mukuro died because of the blow to the back.
What about the wounds all over the rest of her body? They didn't...
The Monokuma file makes it clear that those...
Oh yeah, good point. If they were old, I guess they don't really...
Okay, then we're safe in assuming the blow to the back of her head is what killed her.
But then, what was the murder?
The Monokuma file says she was hit with a blunt object. About it...
Oh! I bet it was the pickaxe!
How is that even possible? If you hit someone with that, it'd cave their skull in completely.
Well, maybe they held it the other way and hit her...
No way! The balance would be all off. You wouldn't be able to swing it with any kind of power. I wouldn't mind testing it on you.
No thanks. I bet you just hit me with a metal end.
I'd love to scoop up...
Seriously?
We want to figure out what killed her, right? It just so happened...
We already know?
So what was it?
Go ahead and tell them, Makoto.
Damn it. The real murder weapon.
I got it! Mukuro was hit in the back of the head with something. And that something was the titanium arrow.
An arrow? That's what the cult...
Indeed. There...
Are you sure?
Hey! How dare...
I'm not back-talking anything.
I don't blame Hina for dying because there's one more thing about that weapon. One more secret. Okay. Let's do it. Duct tape. This is where the duct tape comes in. Bum, 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 bum. I know.
The titanium arrow.
It was in the dojo. I have no doubt
that was the murder.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced.
Well, because it said the weapon must have been about as... It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
No, that's wrong.
Duct tape. Yeah. Prove you wrong.
You're right. Just the one arrow would have been too weak. That's...
Another weapon?
Inside the dojo locker, we also... The killer probably uses duct tape. Bundling them together using the duct tape would easily create a single weapon as thick as a pipe. And that's exactly what the killer...
It's similar to Aesop's fable about the bundle of sticks. One stick is weak, but put them together, and they become strong. It's meant to teach cooperation.
Damn, that's harsh.
How is it harsh? Are you even listening?
Anyway, that explains the murder weapon. As for who the culprit is that stashed the weapon in the dojo, it was you, Kyoko.
I've never been to the dojo.
Oh no, you absolutely have.
How can you say that with such confidence?
Because we have proof, of course. Don't we, Makoto?
Shit. The music stopped. He doesn't want to put the blame on Kyoko.
What's the matter? Surely you don't intend to protect a murderer. You know what will happen if you do, don't you? If you cover for the culprit, there's only one thing that can lead to the death of us all. Remember?
Of course I remember.
Then show us. Show everyone the evidence that proves Kyoko went to the dojo.
Shit. Fuck. I have evidence. Evidence that Kyoko went to the dojo. It must be connected to that dojo locker. I'm sorry, Kyoko. I'm sorry.
I got it! The one thing that proves Kyoko was in the dojo is right here. The key to the dojo locker.
And how does that prove anything?
Because I found it in your room.
It was... in my room?
Don't bother trying to play dumb. That key is just the final piece. Your non-existent alibi, your clear motive, your attempts to frame Makoto for the crime. This all proves that you are the true culprit. You can't explain this away, so just give...
Hold on a second.
Not this again. You really are dead set on defending her, aren't you?
No, it's not that I want to defend her. It's just there's one more thing I need to... Kyoko, I want you to tell... Last night, you were in my room. Why? That's what I need to...
I was just... protecting you.
What?
She was protecting me. Then does that mean she knew I was being attacked? She came to my rescue? This is like a reverse version. It's like of a princess being saved by a guy. The knight rescuing the princess. Could that be when... Which would mean that Kyoko, she killed someone?
That's enough. The time for idle chatter is over. A verdict is close at hand.
Wait, I'm warning you. Don't make this mistake. I'm not the killer.
I knew you were stubborn, but this is just getting ridiculous.
Really? But you should know better than anyone I didn't do it. Can you tell me I'm wrong?
I should know?
What? Yaka should know better than anyone? What does that mean? Oh! Oh! This...
Those words you just spoke.
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more.
Byakuya!
What if Master would never hide something?
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier.
You said I hid the evidence of my...
and then left the locker key in my butt. Could I really have done that?
Oh, wrong one. Okay.
Those words you just spoke.
Exactly. I'm not the... You should understand.
Byakuya!
Master would never...
There's proof that you... Is that what you're...
You stated a theory.
You said I hid the evidence of my crime and then left the locker key in my own room.
But... Could I really have done that?
Those words you just spoke.
Exactly. I'm not the... You should understand.
Byakuya,
what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something.
There's proof that you aren't
the culprit.
Yeah.
No, that's wrong.
Damn, that's not good. That's not good, man.
If I'm right, Kyoko wouldn't have been able... Because she had given her room key...
I see. So that's what you meant. And if I had the key to your room...
Then obviously I had no... Without my room key, I couldn't have possibly put the locker key in there myself. Am I wrong?
It would have...
Then you're finally starting to...
You know, that's not exactly true. Oh, here we go. The choices. The choices we have to make. I should save, just in case. Save. I'm putting this right there. So I can see. Because there's multiple choices I need to do. There's a clear contradiction in what Kyoko just told us. An obvious lie. But this isn't just... This just isn't like her. To try to save herself with such a desperate lie? Did she really feel threatened because she's the killer? Or is it something else? Is there some deeper meaning hidden in what Kyoko said earlier? If you vote for me, and if I die here, the mystery of the school is why can't let that happen? Okay. Mastermind life. Mastermind trap. Mastermind is trying to trap Kyoko? But what if it's not really true? What can I do? What should I do? What should I... Mastermind's trap. The victim is Mukuro, and Kyoko killed her. What does Kyoko really know? What am I supposed to do? Kyoko's lie. I'm the only one who knows it's a lie. I'm the only one who can expose it. But who can I trust? What am I supposed to do? Mastermind's trap. Okay, hold on. I'm making sure I want to make sure... am I wrong? What do I do? Okay. So I'm making sure I'm getting closer to the... I'm making sure I'm close to the... Ah! Fuck! My phone! Freaking my phone rang. Okay, what do I do? I have to decide right here and now whether or not to pursue the lie, let it go, run away. Okay, so I have three choices: run away, pursue the lie, or let it go. No, running away isn't going to solve anything. I've decided, ready? So, can't run away. Pursue the lie.
There was a lie hidden within Kyoko's statement.
A lie?
Isn't that right, Kyoko?
You said it. The burden, so let's hear it.
Kyoko is definitely lying. And it must be because there's some deeper truth she wants to keep hidden. Shit. Here we go, guys. I'm sorry to do this, Kyoko. Damn it. I'm sorry, Kyoko. I'm sorry to screw you over.
I didn't have the key to my room because I'd given it to Byakuya. There's no doubt about.
You are correct.
So I couldn't possibly have gotten into my room.
No, that's wrong.
I'm sorry, Kyoko. Kyoko, no.
No. Kyoko, you said so yourself.
Shit. I used Monokuma's secret tool. Damn it.
Monokuma's...
Kyoko stole it from the headmaster's room. Which means she could have used it.
Then I guess that's it.
You're giving up just like that?
No. I'm simply recognizing that I...
What are you talking...
Like I said, this was a trap. And I wasn't, so I lost. That's all this means.
Huh? Then... Ryu's Kyoko aren't the killer?
Okay!
Huh?
I'm sorry to say, but your time is up! All done!
But that's ridiculous! Since when is there...
It's because you were late, so the trials... So then, it's time for... But I guess we already know...
Damn it. Okay. Time to see what this ending leads to. You got it right on. You got it right. Brilliantly right. You got it right. Does that mean Kyoko really is the killer? But something strange is going on here. There's something wrong with this whole class trial. Kyoko.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment!
This time, is everyone ready? Okay then.
Let's give it everything we've got!
Shit. Well, time to see Kyoko's punishment. Okay. Oh, Kyoko. Oh, damn. Ooh. No, Kyoko. No. Why? Is that a sperm? What? Oh, that's gross. No. Kyoko. Oh. Well, she's dead. Shit. So this is supposed to be the bad ending, by the way, guys. This is an ending you can get if you choose to pursue the lie. I knew this ending. I knew about this ending, but I want to show it to you guys just to make sure. And that's how this class trial of Mukuro Kisaba came to an end. I still have to wonder whether Kyoko was actually innocent or, regardless, truth was lost forever. Even for me, I just stopped thinking about it. That was the end of Mukuro's class trial. And in the end, would prove to be our last class trial. Once the case was over, there was never a single murder in Hope Speak ever again. We had obtained peace in exchange for lives of all others. Oh shit! They grew up here! Oh my god, this is so weird! Oh god, this is so weird. Look at Byakuya's child over there. Toko died? How did she die though? And who freaking like whose children does that belong to? Like how does Makoto's son have a tiny hood of him? Hold on. And how does Yashihiro's baby has his hair? Like, oh god, this is so weird. Oh god. How did they take care of children here? Like, if somebody got pregnant, how would they... Do they have stuff that prepares, like... They would need equipment to be able to make sure the children come out fine, right? But do they even have equipment like that? Oh god, that is so weird. Peace, but only for us. That was the only hope we had. Hope. 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 This is hope.
No! This isn't right!
Okay. Huh?
Makoto, why are you staring off into space? Don't you have a rebuttal for Kyoko's claim?
Oh, her claim? Oh, that's right, I have to. Do I expose Kyoko's lie? Oh, that was his own weird fantasy thing. She's not wrong. I have to think about this very carefully. What do I do? I have to decide whether or not to expose Kyoko's lie. Mirai pursued the lie. Mirai ran away. So let's let it go. It's time to frozen this place up. I made my decision. I have to believe in Kyoko. There's no way she would have killed someone. There has to be some secret here. Something that has to do something with the mastermind trap that Kyoko mentioned.
Does no one have a rebuttal? Have you decided to accept her assertion as fact? I see. So you still refuse to... I suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room. That it was someone else.
But who else could it have been?
I mean, Byakuya had a room key, right?
You! What are you trying to imply?
But of course I have an alibi. From nighttime on, I was with you guys the entire time. I couldn't possibly have killed anyone. Or put the key in Kyoko's room.
Someone had to put the key.
There's only one other possibility I can... Someone could have had the key on them, then once they arrived at the scene, pretended to find it there.
What? It had to be Makoto.
I don't see any other...
Wait a second. You've got to... Let's think about it one more time. There's gotta be a hidden side to this.
Huh? A hidden side?
First of all, there's something off about this entire trial. You all see it, don't you? Mukuro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead. And then we're thrown into a trap. And Kyoko even said, it's a trap the mastermind set for us. So that's why this has to...
Okay, time's up!
Shit. No.
Huh? Time's up! Class trials all over! Everyone...
What? Time's up?
What do you mean time's up? There's no time's up. Since when have...
It's because you were late! So we had to push back the start time. So then, it's time for voting time! Okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever.
Voting time?
Oh, that means I'm going to be voted. Oh. Oh my god. I'm going upside down. Oh. Oh. We're going around. And... Okay. Oh, crap. Damn. A. Freaking A, right? It's an A.
Now, who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice? Hey, hold on! What's it gonna be? What's it?
Shit. Makoto, no. Why? Well, that's very shit. What? You think I'm the killer? Sorry, man.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. It's all your fault. Everyone, you're wrong. You got all wrong. I didn't do it.
Yes, indeed!
Good job, everyone. Good job?
Yep.
Yeah, they got it right. No, I know that's not true. None of this makes any sense. This whole trial doesn't make any sense.
Hey!
It makes perfect sense.
Shing!
It's the same as always. It's just like any other class trials. And I'm going to get ended the same way as always.
Thrills! Chills!
Wait, why do I... Kyoko!
I don't expect you to forgive me. I know this is all my fault.
Shit. Does that mean she killed Kyoko?
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Fuck. Well. Oh, it's the same punishment. So we already got the thing. After school lesson. Ugh. Oh, it's showing the same lesson with the sperm. No, Makoto. I'm sorry, dude. Oh, it's Chihiro to our rescue. How come you didn't rescue Kyoko though? Are you sexist to girls? I mean, technically you're a male machine, so I don't know.
What?
Uh-huh. What's this? What's going on? Hey, what's that? Oh yeah, it had to be.
This is...
Alter Ego. Alter Ego? Is this some stupid virus from that stupid guy? He must have planted it when he invaded my network. Damn it, Alter, how? I don't believe this.
It would seem...
It seems you finally made a miscalculation. No, you miscalculated from the very beginning.
What the heck?
What was that?
In other words...
What I'm saying is you shouldn't have underestimated us. What are you talking about? Why are you talking like you've already won? I barely felt pain. It was a pinch. An edge. That stupid virus is gone now, got it? And so is Makoto. Maybe I didn't get to smash him flat, but you'll never go see him again.
Yaha!
To waste away in the garbage strewn pit? I don't know, what? Garbage pit? In a way, that's even better than the special punishment. But it's still not enough. I'm still not satisfied. I'm still going to bring despair to the rest of you, bring despair to the entire world. That kind of sounded like freaking Lee the Woodpecker for a second there. Is he gone? Hey, Kyoko, what is the meaning of all this? Just what the hell is going on?
Calm down.
It's okay. We're not the ones who are being trapped this time.
Huh?
Huh?
In other words...
Now it's the mastermind that's ensnared.
What did you say?
What are you talking about?
So...
You'll understand soon enough. Very soon indeed. Well... Massive high school towers over all buildings in this bustling urban area. This is the same thing. This is the intro for Hope's Peak. What? Where am I? I woke up with my head resting on top of a hard wooden desk. My body felt heavy. It wouldn't be weird for me to zonk off in the middle of some boring class or whatever, but what was I doing asleep here just now? There wasn't any classroom I've ever been in before. What the heck is going on? Finally. I could finally feel my mind and my body starting to come back together and then I was awake. Or was this just another dream? A dream inside a hopeless nightmare? No, this isn't a dream. I can tell because the stench invading my nostrils was too powerful for a dream. One awful smell. I was in a vast dark cavern with the barest hint of light seeping in. Trash was piled up high all across the area. This must then be some kind of underground garbage pit. A heck of a situation to find myself in. But that was just the beginning of my problems. Was I going to be stuck in here until I was wasted away and die? No, I can't let that happen. Not after what my good friend went through to save me. I remember all too well what happened. Alter Ego saved me. He used up the last bit of strength he had to do it. So I can't give up now, for myself and for my friend. With that, my pursuit for survival began. First up was to start looking for a way out of here. Okay, well, this is where I'm actually going to leave it off, because this is actually a good place. Base. So save it right there. And this is where I'm going to end it. So thank you guys for watching. This has been Danganronpa, and for the next part, I'm probably going to be trying to get further into the game, and then there should be one last part. So I should be able to finish it in 2 more parts at least, or 1 huge part. I don't know. So far it's part 26, so maybe I can finish it in part 27, maybe tomorrow. It's going to be like 1 huge episode. So yeah, that's probably what's going to happen, because I have no work tomorrow, so that's going to be a great time to do it. So yeah. It's probably going to take a while for me to finish it in 1 big episode, but that's what I'm going to do. I don't care how many hours it takes. I'm probably going to relax on a few, I'm probably going to stop on a few lines and relax for a little bit, though. Just to catch my breath and stuff like that. Or have something to eat or something like that, I don't know. I'll figure it out. But anyways, this is it for now. Right now we're getting into the game, and it seems like we're almost nearing the end. Because right now we figured out that neither... Because I'm pretty sure we didn't kill Mukuro. Somebody did though. It seems like it might be Kyoko. Or maybe it wasn't. Or she doesn't know if it's frickin' Mukuro that was killed. I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out too while trying to play this. I mean I know what happens, but I'm trying to make it seem like I'm not knowing what's actually happening, but I'm trying to make sure you all don't know what's happening while I'm doing this. But for now, this is where I'm going to leave it off. Me trapped in a freaking garbage pit, surrounded by I don't know what it is. So, I'll see y'all next time. Peace out. This is Chaz Vader.